Once you got it set where you want to set it at, then you just take off with your next piece. And because I've already done the math, I don't have to worry about being off when I get down at the other end of it. I'm just setting it like I originally planned to set it. We'll hold that coupler in there for about 30 seconds. Then we'll take off with the next one. While we're holding it, we'll go ahead and put some purple stuff around this other one. You got two hands. You can use them at all times. If you got one tied up doing something, you can be doing something else with the other hand. That's how I work by myself all the time. By the time I get it glued, I can take this hand and let it off of that one. My pipe's ready to go. Same thing, hold it in there for a few seconds. We'll be ready to check it with the laser again. So we know we're right on this corner here, so I'm gonna get about halfway and I'll drop my laser down to where I need it. So if I was going 1/4 inch every 4 foot, this pipe is 10 foot. If I went down halfway, that would be 1 inch and 1/4. So I'll move my laser up from 8, I'll move it to 9 1/4, and I'll hit it right there in the middle until it's right. And I'll keep that same pattern on until I get down there where I want to be at. I'll check it back here again just to make sure I'm good, which I am. I'm still good there. Always double check. You know, when you're doing something like that, always double check, triple check. It don't matter how many times you check. You can't check too many times. I'll come down about halfway here. And what it's showing me I need to go up about not quite 1 inch. So I'll get me some clean sand. Same thing. Clean sand. No grass. I'll dump it in there on both sides of it. Over the top of it, whatever. It's only want me to come up 1 inch. But I'll come up about 2. Just so I can pack it back down. It's still showing I need to come up some more. And this is not setting the pipe in. This is just getting it set in temporary. This is not it's not set good enough to come back here and just throw machines full of dirt on it. You got to come back and sprinkle it in and get it up under the pipe all the way. I'm getting close now. It says I need to go down a half. So I'm close. Right there is where I want to be. You can see. That's where I want to be, right there. So we'll get the end. We'll go up another. We'll go up another inch. So right now I'm at 9 1/4. We'll go up to 10 1/4. We'll go up to 10 1/2. That'll give me another 1 1/4 inches. And when in 10 foot, I got 2 1/2 inches of fall. So I'll come down here. I'll check it. Right there, it showed me I need to go up about 1/2 inch. So what I want to do is get it up a little more than 1/2 and then push it back down. And stay away from the end of the pipe, 6 inches or so. That way you don't get all that dirt all on the end of your pipe there, because you're going to have to wipe it off. I'll lift it up. And go ahead and stomp it, but I'm going to have to end up putting some more up under it once I stomp it. Get it up. Come back and check it. It's showing me I need to go down 1 inch. Put my weight on it. Sure, you need to go up a little bit. And that's all there is to getting the right fall on your pipe. But you can mess it all up when you come back to cover it up. If you try to drive all over the top of it with a heavy machine with tires on it, most likely you're going to do damage to it. So that's about what we want right there. So once I get me a little bit more dirt around it, and it's good to walk around the edge of your trench and kind of walk the dirt into the side. That way your dirt's less likely, your heel up under your pipe's less likely to push sideways. If you just got a TP up under your pipe, that dirt up under there can push sideways when you get weight on it. So once you get it about where you want it, it ain't a bad idea to just cover it up all the way across to your ditch. What that does, help that dirt from moving. It's basically you're trying to get stuff at a set grade or set height, and you're trying to get to cover it up without it moving. It don't make no difference if you put it at a set height to start with, and then when you cover it up, you move it all up and down. You just wasted your time. You got to get it where it won't move when you cover it up. That dang sun ain't no joke. It's getting hot out here. Well, these are new fittings. They've been riding around on the side of that truck over there for a couple months, probably some of them longer than that. Mm-hmm. And we're just gonna keep the same process up until I get down there where that sewer tap's at. So that'll be enough for now. We'll come back when we get down there close to the sewer tap, and we'll show you what we got. It's recording. Turn my music on. All right, with the shovel. This shovel ain't no good in the summertime. It ain't no good no time, but it ain't worse in the summertime. But what I got here is we've made it down to the corner where we made a turn, and instead of using 90s or even the long 90s, I use 45s, a straight piece of pipe. So I got a slight turn, just a slight roll. And when you're putting your fittings in your couplings, it's best to cut them straight. Don't cut them on their angles, because if they don't fit in there tight, you got a gap in between where those couplings go together, and that paper or whatever solids will tend to come out and fall in that gap, and it could cause you problems down the road. So we try to keep them straight, keep them as tight as you can. And I'm setting it temporary about where I want it, and then I'm gonna come back and fine tune it exactly where I want it before I start dumping the heavy soil on it. When I do getting close here to the sewer tap over here now. And we're gonna cut it loose. We're gonna go ahead and tie everything in. When you're running your slope on a pipe like that, you know, as far as that pipe is up under the ground, you don't want to wait till you get all the way to the sewer line here, you know, to make all your fall at one time. Because you can run a pipe so fast. Just say I have my pipe going down a hill and I didn't have my measurements right, so I weren't going down at a gradual slope. And I got here and my pipe had a big drop. So you don't want to turn your pipe on a real steep slope like this. Because what can happen is sometimes the water can run so fast that it'll outrun the paper or the solid. It can move in front of it, and it can, if you ever been on a slide at the water slide at the lake or something, and there's not enough water on there, how you stick to that slide, that paper and that solids could potentially build up right there where the water leaves the paper. So if you're flushing thick stuff, if you ain't flushing thick stuff, you ain't gonna hardly worry about it. But the stuff I see people flushing down the drains now, the water can outrun the paper and cause it to stop. You normally can hear it when it bumps that corner. You can hear it. So we'll just hold it for a minute and we let it go. Now what I want to do is bring the two together, and then I'll tie them in the way I want it. right, so the same here. We'll give it 1.5 inches instead of 1.25 inches. We'll check it down here. We're about 1 inch halfway. We're good. When I got right here at this corner, I turned the clock on to 45, tilted it down just a little bit so it accommodate for some of that slope instead of just trying to go down at one time. So the water just kind of curls and smooth. That's what you want. You want the paper to make smooth transitions wherever it turns or wherever it goes down a hill. You want it smooth. You don't want anything sudden. So we've got it tilted where we want it. We'll check it again. All right, so 5'11.5". And we got a pretty good slope going from there to there. I could drop it down just a little more up here at the front so it eases that slope up on the end there. I think that's what I'll do, is just trim a little dirt from up under it, let it drop down a little so it'll ease up that slope from here to there just a little, and we'll be good. I'll move that, let it go down some more. Yeah. All right, so that's what I want. I'm gonna stick with this. I'm gonna put some sand around it and we'll be good. We'll catch you around on the other side. All right, so I had to get out of that sun for a minute. I'm about to pass out there with that shovel. I had to get it cool down and get me something to drink, something to eat. Now that I cooled down a little bit, I'm gonna go out here and try it again. But I got old Earl to help me out this time. Get off of that shovel for a minute. And we're gonna cover this thing up. We ain't gonna pack it down, we're just gonna cover it up. It's supposed to rain a little bit later on this evening. It's been raining hard around here for the last couple of days, so maybe it'll rain hard and we'll let that water settle that sand back around that pipe and get it tight before I even try to cross over it with my machine. But right now we just want to get it rough, covered up. We got it set exactly where I want it. I don't want it to move, and we're going to let it rain on it. And then I got to bring that little machine back over here and make it nice and pretty. So let's go see what we can do. You go ahead. All right, so what I got here is where I dug out from up under that walkway there to keep from cutting it up and tearing it up. It's already cracked and it's about 5 or 6 inches thick. I didn't want to aggravate with it, so I just scooped up under it as far as I could with the machine, and then I took the shovel and dug on through it. So what I got to do now is get there with the shovel, throw a lot of dirt back up under there, and then I can take my machine and kind of pack it under there a little bit. And if it rains and a little bit, moves up under there, that's good. It's going to move as it rains, it's nothing but sand. It'll take it up under there. If there's any voids, it'll move it and just add a little bit more on top. So I got clean sand here other than that piece of root there. And that's why I like clean sand. I don't like any kind of trash mess getting up under my pipes. You see, I just wallow that hole out more, and I just throw sand up in there. Once I get it filled up, I just throw it back up under there. All right, so I just covered it back up with a shovel up under there. I'm gonna come back through here and sprinkle me a little sand where I got some voids up under my pipe there with some good sand. I got some good sand over here. Then I'll take this stuff with the trash in it, the topsoil. As long as I'm above my pipe, it don't matter if I got a little grass in it, but you don't want that stuff getting in down there below your pipe. So I'm gonna put me some fresh sand in there and I'm gonna pack that up and we'll keep on rolling. So this, I'm setting my pipe in where I want it to be. I already got it packed in about every 4 foot, but in the middle of that 4 foot, I want to come back, make sure I got good soil up under it so nothing can't move. And I'll take my end of my shovel and I won't try to pick the pipe up, but I'll make sure I got good sand up under there. Because if you jam on it too much, you can pick the pipe up. If you got a tight tolerance there, you can put a heel in it. So once I got it pretty solid, and all I'm looking for is just solid where it don't move when I start putting my sand on it. I don't want no buckles. Once I feel like I got it solid, then I'll take the machine and I'll do the rest. That's about where I stopped at on the last one. So we'll come down this way. 2 or 3 times, so I know I got plenty of fall. And once I feel like I got it from here to here, I'm gonna go ahead and cover it up with a machine. And I'll use some of this scrap right here on the side. It's got a little grass in it. I'll put a little bit more sand on the side, but once I get above my pipe, it don't really matter. All right, so what I got here is I'm gonna let the soil be a little higher on top of my pipe. I'm not gonna take the bucket, I'm not gonna pack it down. I'm just going to place the soil over the top of the trench. And I'm going to leave it high. If I go there and start packing down on the top of that pipe, just say I'm going to pack it over here on the grass, but just say I took my bucket and I started packing down, you can actually move that pipe up under the bottom. We got it set, but all of it's not set on virgin ground. So if you start pushing down on it real hard, you can actually jar that pipe. You're dealing with a machine here that's got a lot of force behind it. So what I try to do, I don't even try to drive over my stuff. I just place the soil over it. I'm going to come back anyway. I'm coming back with a little small machine. It's got a power rake on the front of it. I'm going to pretty this stuff all up. So if I weren't coming back, I may try to flatten it out a little better. But I know I'm coming back, and I know it's going to rain this evening pretty hard. So I'm going to reap the benefits off of the water and helping packing this back around this pipe here today. And the machine that I come back here, all these pieces of grass over here that you see, I'll just tear them up. And that thing's got a head on it that spins. It'll actually bust all that stuff up. So I'll go ahead and pre-bust up some of them, just so they ain't huge pieces. I'll break them up in smaller pieces while I got them out here on the ground. And that way I won't have to play with it so much when I come back. So same thing on the other side. I'm going to have to get me some of this sand back here. And I'm going to have to walk it up there with the bucket on this excavator. So I'm going to make sure I stay away from my trench over there as far as letting one of my tracks ride down that pipe. I don't want to do that. But I am going to get me some of this clean sand back here. I'll get me as much as I feel like I can tote without spilling it everywhere. I'll bring it back down to this end. I got some sand that I dug out of there, but it's not as clean as this one I had brought over here this morning. So, you can see down in that trench there. If you look down in that trench, short down in that trench, you can see where I got dirt piled and where I don't have dirt piled. I ain't necessarily trying to dump the dirt so much on the pipe as I am trying to get some of it beside of it. There's some grass in that. We'll pull that grass back out of there. I had to dig this sand up and repile it. Got a little bit of trash in it. We'll pull that back out. That's all right. Get us another scoop here, see if we can get out of some of that grass. That's a little better. So let's come down here. This time I go on the other side. What I want to do is just get good soil up under my pipe without just dropping that whole bucket on there, causing that pipe to ripple. And it will ripple. That bucket of sand there is probably over 500 pounds. It's pretty heavy. So I'll get me one more scoop and then I'll jump down in there with a shovel. Let's reach out and get us some without all that grass in it. That looks pretty good. And we had to dump the pile of sand out there close to the road. We couldn't get back here with that heavy truck. The ground was a little bit wet. So you want to wash that stand pipe there same way. And when you tilt it over sideways, this machine will tilt on you if you got a bunch of weight on it. So try to get some of it out of that bucket before you reach way out there. Yep. All right, so we've got a power line up there we got to keep in mind. We got to watch that power line. Almost got it this morning. I forgot it was up there. So we'll take this sand here and we'll just finish throwing it up under the pipe. Now, boys, some of you I ride by, y'all work for the state. I see about 10 of you out there doing a little job. I know it don't take that many people to do that little job. But hey, you can get away with it. You can get away with it. I come over here this morning and I've ended up doing this whole little job just right by myself. You just want to make sure you get it up under there. You can take your shovel back a little. I said we ain't trying to lift it up. We're just trying to get it under there. And you can tell where the loose spots are at. That's why when I was putting in septic systems, I can ride by, I can look at whatever they used, material, how long it took them to put it in, what type of soil was on that property, and I can kind of get an idea whether they messed up your stuff or not. And my daughter just bought a house a few months ago from a builder that uses certain ones to put in septic systems. I went over there and looked at the soil over there and the type of material that they use, and I'm almost certain that they damaged the septic system. So I'm thinking strongly about when it cools down a little bit, I'm gonna go over there and expose a little bit of it, take a look at it, and just see what they did do. I'm pretty sure it's got damage. I'm almost 100% sure, but I wouldn't be 100% until I actually opened it up and saw it. But I would almost bet money on it, and I ain't even saw it yet. All right, so I think I got that where it won't move. I'm pretty sure it's not going to move from here to there. We'll move up another 20 foot, and then we'll go on from there. What I like to do is I like to pile everything up in all together. Park the truck where you can't hardly get around it, the ditch, the power line, the gas line, the gas tank, the air conditioner, the overhead power line. I like to have it all right there together, where you can't hardly move around. Makes the job more interesting. Air conditioning too. I forgot about the air conditioning over there. Yeah, we like to pile all that stuff up together to make it more interesting. Get bored if you got a wide open space to do your job with. It ain't no fun. You got to make sure you got a pile of mess everywhere you turn. get one more pile of sand over here, clean sand. That should be enough to finish me up down there on my pipe. Yeah, I can use that, what I dug out of there. This here's got a little bit of grass in it, but not too much. Right here to it. Don't want to rupture that gas tank there. It's already hot out here. Alrighty. So we'll just park this right here for a minute. Jump out and we'll finish with the shovel right quick. That old stick in the pile, we'll get that out of here. All right, so this right here is pretty much virgin ground from there back. This right here is where we tore that old septic tank out. We may have to come back and check this, because it may settle a little more than the rest of it. I packed it down a little with the machine when I was over here this morning. But you still got pieces of concrete down there that will allow soil to move through it. So it don't matter how much packing you do, you got voids up under there. And when it gets wet, it's going to move. So we'll keep a check on this spot. If it moves any, the soil from under it, we'll add some more. I know this lady good. I used to do some work for them before I quit putting in septic system. So I told her I'd come over here and help her out with this little project right quick. And we're going to load our mess up here in a minute. And we're going to get on up out of here. We'll be back after it rains with a little machine. We'll pretty it up. And hopefully they can take showers and use the bathroom without crud coming up between their toes. Again, we want to just jump on it, make sure it ain't going to move. All right, that looks good to me. I'll get a little more sand. We'll come back and cut these stand pipes off, put a cap on them. Stuff like this here, you want to make sure you get it out of your hole. You don't want it in there around your pipes. Just get it all the way out. That's good. Let me cover the rest of this mess up and then we'll get out of here. All right, so what we're going to do here, we're going to just finish covering it up, put some soil over the top of the trench here, and we're going to load our stuff up. We're going to get out of here. It's supposed to rain here in a couple hours, so we're going to let Mother Nature work for us. We're going to let it pack it down. I'm going to just put it up there for it. And we're going to come out tomorrow with a different machine. We're going to put it all up. I'm going to see if I can mix up some of that, pull up some of that topsoil where that grass is at, mix it up over top of this sand, and just see if I can get a little bit of grass to come up. If not, I don't know if she wanted to invest in topsoil over here or if that's something she wants some of her boys to do because she's got some fellas that work for her. If that's something she wants to take care of, we can give her that option. Let her take care of it. So just a little recap. What went on here this morning. Come over here. They had an old septic tank right here where my bucket's at. We got rid of the old septic tank, pumped out as much as we could out of it. We tied it into the house, cut it all the way back up to the house. They've got cast iron coming out of the house. We put a rubber boot on it where it comes out of the house from cast iron, and we went PVC all the rest of the way. So we tied it into the city sewer now, so they no longer have to worry about septic, failing drain field, but they do have a city sewer bill now that they're going to have to pay. So that's the kind of options you can weigh out when you got the choice of using city sewer, or if you've got a septic system. You can maintain your septic tank, clean it out every few years, maybe once every 3 to 5 years for about $300 or less if you ain't been putting a bunch of trash in it. Or you can pay monthly. You won't have a bill at all. So we're going to go ahead and take these big old heavy concrete lids out with us. They don't have any way of picking them up easy. We don't want nobody to be over here fighting with them. We want to just lay it down. Just like that. Take that, push it over. What's up under? Something under? Dirt? Yep, dirt. That's all right. It's just dirt. We'll go here and we'll push it around a little bit. We can get our chains on our machine. Same thing with this one. Like I said, these These little concrete slabs, they don't look that thick. That's probably about 2.5 inches thick. Probably got rebar in it. Looks to be about 3 foot by 5 foot or somewhere in that range. They're pretty heavy. You start trying to manhandle them with your hands, they're pretty heavy. I don't even attempt to pick them up. Maybe back in the day when I was in my early 20s trying to show off or something, but now I'm almost 50. I don't do dumb stuff like that. Days you'll be paying for it the rest of the week. Me and old Earl will just work together and we'll get them up there best we can. In case y'all don't know who Earl is this little machine I'm sitting on. Me and Earl have been all over North Carolina. We did all kind of jobs together, just me and Earl. So I'm going to take this here pipe, push it on up in there out of the way. Bring that one over just a little bit. Grab our bucket, spare bucket we brought over here with us this morning. I didn't really need the bucket. I brought it over here anyway, just in case. Better have it, not need it, not have it. So we're going to say adios here for the day. Yeah, we're going to say adios here for the day. We'll see y'all tomorrow.